Hello, fellow occupants of YouTube. You're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in this video, I want to talk about the masks. Now, bear with me. I know it's hard, but I'd like you to wait to comment until I reach my final point, because I'm going to go a couple different ways and land on something else. And it's much more rewarding to be part of a nuanced conversation than to simply respond to the first thing you have a disagreeing point to bring up. So, first we were told not to wear the masks. And even then, I said, I get it. There probably aren't enough masks. And yeah, most people are not going to wear them properly. They're going to be touching their faces. They're going to be wearing dirty masks. It's going to be pretty much pointless, and they'll have wasted masks. And probably doctors need them more. So I agree. You should probably lie to everyone and tell them the masks will do nothing. And when they went back on that and said, okay, we need you to wear the masks, even if they're just handmade masks that aren't going to do nearly as much as even an N95 would, if it does, but we need you to wear those. Fair enough. Then there's at least a few headlines saying masks probably aren't doing much. Okay. Fair enough. That's still fine. I'm really not questioning any of these things because I get it. You're reacting. You're only human. I'm not expecting that this is some massive conspiracy. But the point that I'm getting to is one that many of you will respond to with a duh. The government will lie to you. Even if it's just because that's the only thing that any person could really do in that situation. Well, we don't have much choice. We need to make masks available to the medical professionals. And there aren't enough. And it probably would not be feasible to tell everyone, look, this is the situation. There are not enough masks. We feel that many of you would be wasting them by not using them properly. No offense. And we just really need them for the medical professionals, and we need you to take the hit. We're actually going to sort of maybe do an emergency act to sort of make sure that those can only be sold to medical institutions. I think a lot of people could understand that. They might be upset. You might have people upset at you, but guess what? Fauci in particular, you got people upset at you no matter what. You might as well communicate like a grown-up and just hope that on the other side of that conversation are at least enough grown-ups hearing that communication to keep civility alive. Because what ends up happening when you don't communicate with people like they're grown-ups who can hear a nuanced message is you disenfranchise those particular people, the grown-ups who can understand and respond to a nuanced message. And at each step of the way, as you have to backtrack on yourself, you disenfranchise one side or the other of that conversation as you go, don't wear the masks. Do wear the masks. Maybe never wear the mask. I don't know. I am not saying that the masks are wrong or not. I don't really want to have a conversation about that. And I feel like we'll have missed the point if the comments are about that. And I'm not just saying don't trust government because that's a nuanced conversation in and of itself. What I'm saying is when it's a 50% death rate, when it's an asteroid coming, when it's whatever, you need to be educated and informed enough to be able to parse all this information for yourself, because it's not enough to have pundits and talking heads who you think are smarter than Fauci or whomever. Because people are lying, people are biased, people who were formerly unbiased suddenly become biased and lying. You need to be educated. It's easier than ever. And I'm not saying that we can each and every one of us be so educated that we're right all the time. That's a hazard in and of itself. But my point here is arguing over what the people who are most likely to lie about something are saying is wasting time. It needs to be weighed in. And we need to have a conversation about being able to trust the people that we put in charge or allow to be put in charge to just communicate truth, regardless of, and I'm not talking about politics, but even just butt covering. It doesn't serve anyone to try to mitigate fire damage with your message at every step of the way. Just come out and tell the truth. We're not kids. Well, a lot of us are kids. A lot of us have the maturity level of kids, but enough of us don't that we can respect when someone in a position of authority comes out and goes, hey guys, here's the rub, and lays it out to us. And it's been a while since we've been put in a situation where the stakes were high and we had it laid out clearly in front of us that yes, it's still true that when the stakes are high, asses will be covered and lies will be told. And so that's my message for today to you guys as preppers. I know it's nothing new, and like I said, a lot of you are probably going to be going, well, duh. But let's just remind ourselves of that when it's a 50% death rate, when it's something that you really need to really pay attention to the lies, that it is absolutely demonstrably going to happen. That's all. Government is or should be good. The less the better, the more effective the better. But unfortunately what we've got is what you see. So let's make it better before the day comes where it really, 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 really matters. But let's remember how fallible humans are and how fallible the humans are who tend to get into positions of authority. All right. Thanks for joining my TED Talk. I hope you're all doing well out there. Everybody, stay safe.